Alright, so we're back, and we're going to be doing the smashes and then the aerials, and probably going to be wrapping it up this part. Alright, so the forward smash. Goriath extends out both his hands 2 to 4 battlefield platforms based off charge at Mario to Sonic's dash speed before reeling them back in at twice their usual speed. His hands are not a hitbox, but he is instead pushing foes with his palms rather than smacking or grabbing them, meaning his hands are solid. The move can be angled to make it an even better gimper slash spacer. But the thing is, if Goriath gets no super armor or anything, if the foe hits his hands, Goriath is knocked out of the move and will still take the usual knockback and such. In order to get at this off, you're typically going to need to aid the move with a projectile, so that makes a neutral special slower version a bit more useful, or simply fully charge the move so that pushes them faster than they can react. Okay, so fair enough. And of course, there's some times when, like, even if they do hit you, you're still gonna push them, like, far enough that they're basically dead. So yeah, seems like it has its applications. Up smash. Goriath extends out his arms while still holding on to whatever he was. He extends directly forward if clinging to something, and upwards if he's on the stage. In any case, he extends a single battlefield platform before doing a simple short-range kick, dealing 28 to 40% and knock back the KOs at 85 to 55%. It is a very short-range move, and the hitbox is impractical to hit with on stage, though off-stage it can potentially work. Just be cautious you don't get hit while fully extending it off-stage, as you'll be sent to helpless in that case. On stage, though, Goriath has super armor slash anti-grab armor. If hit there, he'll take the damage before his arms can't support his body's weight, and he falls down at lightning speed. A hitbox is powerful as the kick in the process. This works as a nigh unstoppable counter if you can get the foe into a narrow pit below you. I do like its applications as a counter. I think that the move is a bit vaguely worded, but maybe I'm just not reading it right. I don't know. Down smash. Goriath turns to face the camera and stomps about, making an area a battlefield platform on either side of a hitbox that deals 15 to 25% knockback that KOs at 130 to 90%. Unremarkable outside being a competent KO move at a glance, but if used while clinging to the side of the stage, this still works. Aside from clinging to the underside of the stage and performing this attack to attack foes from below, you can also turn the ledge and the underside of the stage into a hitbox with this, making this an excellent tool against inevitable planking that will occur in a match with Goriath. I do like that down smash. I like the concept of if you are clinging to the bottom of the stage, you can attack the foe from below. Why do you think I put that in Vortex for a reason? Neutral aerial. Goriath curls up into a ball and spins, becoming a generic GTFO aerial that deals 7% and knockback the KOs at 160%. He becomes the aerial! Okay, that's just really silly for me to point stuff like that out, but, you know. Goriath cannot take stun while in this attack animation, but he can still take knockback, giving him pseudo super armor. If Goriath is... It's kind of like reverse super armor, actually, but since he's not taking... No, he's... Actually, he is kind of... It's basically super armor, but worse. Never mind. He does take damage, my bad. I was thinking he took no damage, but he took the knockback. I'm going off on an irrelevant tangent, aren't I? If Goriath is knocked into something during the attack's animation, he'll rebound off it. With your back to a ball or the stage when off stage, this becomes yet another useful counter. Forward aerial. Goriath roars, and anyone next to him gets pushed away to battlefield platforms with a wind effect. Aha! Wind, as opposed to being scary. That's much better. This can be a generic spacer, but it's far more potent as a gimper due to not refreshing the foe's recovery. Back aerial. Goriath jabs his elbow behind him at a diagonally downward angle, dealing 7% knockback that KOs at 140% at the same angle. If the foe comes into contact with the ground, they'll enter prone and slide along the ground for the remainder of the knockback. If they come into contact with the slope, they'll slide to the bottom no matter what. Cool enough. Up aerial. Goriath claps his head. Leglessly claps above his head in a pseudo-grab hitbox, dealing 6%. Goriath doesn't actually grab the foe, he simply claps them. The grab hitbox simply forces the foe to share Goriath's DI and fall speed very briefly during the point where they are collapsed, as well as out-prioritize most moves. If spammed, this can be an easy way to bring the foe closer to the stage / bottom blast zone, before you casually recover to the bottom of the stage with the up B. Down aerial. Goriath kicks downward for a generic spike as powerful as Rob's generic. Hey, you gotta have an attack that deals actual downward knockback for a gimping game, you know? I think you had like a dozen attacks that dealt some sort of downward knockback in there, but I could be hallucinating. Anyway, I'm not even gonna bother with that ridiculously lazy Final Smash, but who cares about those anyway? I mean, I copy-pasted Young Mummy's Final Smash from Bald Bull. Why did I even do that? But anyway, so if you want to know what I think of the set, I actually don't mind it. I know you said it was supposed to be one of your worst sets in a while, and yeah, it's not Grand Doom or good, but I wouldn't say it's a bad set at all. I mean, it's a pretty fun little terraforming set. I am one of those people who does not mind terraforming at all, so, and, you know, I just found it sort of amusing, like, I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, it's a pretty good set. I mean, I mean, some of the moves felt fillery, redundant. He has a lot of ways to just push the foe to their death, which I suppose is kind of necessary, but at the same time, it's really not very interesting. And I mean, then you have cool stuff like the down smash, which again, I really like that move. I can maybe see you disliking this set and for being a bit similar to Vorinclex, and yes, I made that set. But I mean, it's really not that similar. If they have very different objectives. So yeah, this is not actually that bad. Good work, especially considering it was a set that was painful for you to do, and you made it in 3 days. So yeah.